You're gonna go to the record store. You're gonna give them all your money. Radio plays what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool, I just don't believe it. Sell out with me, oh yeah, sell out with me tonight. The record company's gonna give me lots of money and everything's gonna be alright.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Crastinators podcast. Everybody go crazy! Woo!
Yeah!
All right!
Oh,
Our
my
topic
arms like
today.
a Muppet.
I like Dick. Our topic today is the most bestest one there has ever been. Selling out everything, giving it all away. And I'm gonna do the thing we haven't done in a million years. I'm gonna read the Urban Dictionary definition because it's cool for this one. All right. To compromise one's values and/or artistic vision in order to gain fame and/or monetary profit. Commonplace in today's musical society, it is rare to find a successful musical artist who has not sold out. However, this is not to say that they do not exist. And that's it. That was a bunch of unnecessary bullshit at the end. I don't appreciate that Urban Dictionary, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to state my opinion right off. Selling out is the only way to live your life. If you're not selling out, you're doing it wrong.
Do we not
Artistic integrity is dead and needs to be buried.
Nate?
What?
Do we not introduce everybody anymore on this podcast?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit, I totally forgot.
Let's do that.
God damn
All
it.
right.
I'm
All
so
right,
sick of this
we got
clusterfuck, you
the
fucking
patreon.com/Ben Saint,
That's me. That's my name.
the Devu Collective.
I don't make my own videos. I just do Digi videos, so go to patreon.com/Digibro instead.
The 21st Century Digital Boy.
That's me.
Patreon.com/Digibro.
That's not you, hippo shit.
That's not me.
Mother's Basement.
Patreon.com/Mother's Basement. Thank you very
Is
much.
there an
Yeah.
apostrophe
I'm very.
in that?
No, it's just all Mother's Basement with no punctuation
All right,
whatsoever.
Endless Jessicles, Greek warrior.
We're the pussy gangsters. Give me some macaroni.
And me, Bestie Boy, your favorite guy. Okay, so you already heard what I have to say. Who's got an opinion on selling out? Jesse, what do you think about selling out? I want to hear what you have to say.
I was gonna say something, but I got confused because you fucking started introducing us.
Okay, we'll say it now.
So yeah, so selling out to me is just when someone compromises their values or their intent for greater success or marketability or whatever. But here's an interesting conundrum. What if your intent is to sell out? What if your values are making money and that's all that you care about?
Case in point, Man-Child Incorporated.
Yes, that's right. So Man-Child Incorporated is essentially just a parody of selling out, but it's not a very good parody because I'm incapable of not making good videos.
Yes, his one flaw. He can't sell out hard enough.
Yeah, like the idea was, all the videos are going to be really bad and stupid, but it's impossible. Everything I do is gold.
Right.
Yeah,
When
When
was the last Man-Child Incorporated video?
So long.
Yeah.
Like February.
Oh no!
What was that, Ben? You said that all dismissively, like I haven't made a good video since then. Let me tell you something.
I think that's
Listen,
exactly
buddy,
what Ben would say.
Listen, buddy. Let me tell you something. You don't know.
I may be a dick, Jesse, but I say that because I miss Colt Corona is what I really miss, and I want to know what happens with that fucking scepter and crown.
He's still in the furnace room. He won't come out.
Jesse, tell us about the light. Jesse, tell us about the light in the furnace room.
Oh yeah. So there's this meme going around that Colt Corona is fictional. I don't know where it came from, but people just don't believe in him, even though he's clearly there on video all the time, or at least
We've seen him
before
all
he
the time,
barricaded himself in the furnace room and started calling it Horseshoe Heaven. He's out of his fucking mind. But you know, sometimes, just to prove it even more so, sometimes I'll be walking around my room and that damn light will be on in there. I didn't turn that damn light on. That light is just on sometimes. And so, there's your proof right there. I'll put that down.
There you go.
There you go.
If you pause the video and you freeze frame it at this one frame, you'll see a beam of light that couldn't possibly be computer generated.
And if
It's
you
all
look in,
That's right.
if you look in the background of the video,
And then Jeff made reference to something that one of Jesse's stupid-ass fans did that we were trying to keep under wraps so that nobody else would make the same mistake.
No,
but
you
don't do
motherfucker! Stop!
Oh,
Stop! Everyone
shit.
stop! Shut up right now! Whoever the fuck is editing this, if you don't take that shit out, I will come down on you with the fury of 1,000 gods. Fuck you, Jeff, for even saying that. I'm legitimately pissed off right now. God damn it.
Shit.
God damn it.
Hippo, you were saying something a while back. What were you saying?
Yeah, it's about the topic at hand, actually.
Okay, go on.
There's one thing that a lot of, like, YouTubers have done to sort of make selling out, or, like, selling stuff in general, more palatable to people, which I'm kind of sick of. It's making it into a joke every single time. Like, lol, look at me, I'm a sellout, whoa.
Yeah,
I'm
that
such a fucking
lets you have your
filthy
cake and eat
sellout.
it too. It lets you sell out, but if you're kind of self-aware about it, it's okay.
Like,
it's funny.
I think that's stupid. I think being truly self-aware is understanding that selling out isn't a bad thing.
All right,
It's not even
that's
selling
true,
out,
but
though. It's
Gib
just-
wasn't done yet.
It's not even really selling out, though. They're just selling a product or promoting something, and they're just saying, "Whoa, I'm horrible and terrible. Lol, buy it anyway." You know, that just I don't know.
I very
Something
much
about
agree.
that I don't
I very
like.
much agree. But you know, just like there's this thing that like tons of YouTubers are doing now, where at the end of their videos they'll just do a little spiel about Crunchyroll or fucking Loot Crate, any of that. And you know, those
Dork
are annoying.
Cube.
I usually just turn off the video. I don't like them. I think the video would be better without them, but they don't really bother me. But just the other day, fucking George Weedman of fucking bunny shits, like, put at the beginning of this really cool video I wanted to watch about Dark Souls 3 or something, I can't remember. Like, he inserts this, like, 2-minute long speech about, I think it was Loot Crate.
Now,
it was,
you know
it was
what?
the most obnoxious fucking thing I've ever
I
seen in
gotta
my
say,
entire life.
Nate-
Just put it at the end.
Well, it's a 30-minute video.
I gotta
That makes
say,
sense.
I
Put it at
thought
the end.
that was, like, I think he's way smarter for doing it the way he did. And honestly,
In
like,
what way?
here's
In
the
what
thing.
way?
Everyone puts them at the end. No one fucking watches your ad at the end of your video.
Yeah, because no one wants to see them.
Right.
It makes
exactly.
the video shit.
Which means that they're not going to make any fucking money, which means you shouldn't have put the ad in there in the first place because you're not
I
making
didn't even
anything
watch
off
the
of it.
video because it was so bad. I had
Yeah,
to do
you
something else
didn't,
with my time.
But everyone else did. I did. I watched the whole video because, of course, I wanted to watch it. It was a 30-minute video about
but
Dark
did you-
Souls.
But did you buy a Loot Crate?
Well, I already know about Loot Crate, and I've had my own advertising for them before.
Well, we're
so-
not really
not
the
for
best.
them.
That's by far one of
judge.
the biggest problems with ads on YouTube is there's so few sponsors going around. Audible and
Yeah, that's the
Crunchyroll and
biggest
Loot
problem.
Crate and those posters.
tblocks.com.
You see the
where-
same things all
Yeah,
the,
right.
you see the same things
T-Blocks-
all the time.
tblocks.com, where you can use promo code mbasement15 to get 15% off a t-shirt sent straight to your door.
There you have
Guys,
it.
we're
There
just
you
gonna have to
it, folks.
start our own merchandise and make our own company so we can advertise ourselves. Like there's not
You know-
enough. I don't.
you know,
why
we've
is that?
had a
by
couple
the way?
people
I've been-
offer.
I've been kicking around an idea for a while of having a YouTuber Dakimakura company, just selling Dakimakura.
Oh my god, that would make so much money, Jeff. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm so angry thinking about how much money that would make.
We got to
Oh
get
my
on it,
gosh.
man. You know, just get Digibro on a pillow and obviously Nate.
Would it be
Yeah,
an
sexiest
I mean, the
man
animation
on
thing,
the planet.
the
Digibro,
problem
would
with
it just
that
be
is,
a
though, is for
picture?
half the YouTubers out there, you'd have to have double XL wide pillows for that to even be practical. Like, I don't know if that's.
If you're gonna make Movie Bob, just make a bed sheet. Like you're.
He'd be a couch. You just got to sell a couch.
I would
that's Movie Bob.
honestly buy I would buy a Movie Bob documentary.
Movie Bob
That sounds
bedspread?
fantastic.
You mean a movie Bob
Holy shit.
futon? Because that's what it would end up
Yeah,
being.
that's right.
I'd,
Holy shit.
I'd wake up every day and turn to him in my sleep and nuzzle his fat and Dakimakura neck and say sorry for 9/11, and he would turn back to me in my dreams and say me too.
Ben, I wanted to ask you. You seem to me to have something of a complex relationship with selling out. Because on the one hand, you seem to really hate everything that makes money for people that isn't, I don't know, artistically.
I hate
whatever.
everything that makes people more money than I think they deserve.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. And but on the other hand, you'd like to go advertise your shit around places, and I mean, not that that's not really selling out, but it's marketing, I guess, which is similar.
You know,
I guess.
I try to promote myself. I post my shit around in places that I think it will be seen by people who it's relevant to. That's not. I mean, I don't like that. I don't like doing it, but it's a necessary. It's the only way to get seen, and you know, I accept that. It's a necessary evil. I don't think that's the same.
I think we
as
can all
selling
agree
out.
on that.
I think that's part of. Yeah, it's like what Jesse was saying. I mean, I agreed with the first half of what Jesse was saying, and not the second. Like, it's only selling out if you compromise your artistic integrity.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
I don't think advertising yourself does that.
Yeah, but here's a really important
totally
thing is that,
unrelated to
a lot of times, your artistic integrity isn't all that interesting anyway. Like, you have to really decide if it's worth it. One of my favorite movies is That Thing You Do. It's a Tom Hanks movie from the 90s. It's about this teenage band who gets really big, and it's just a fun, happy movie about them getting big, you know. And at no point does the movie go, oh man, this is such a bad deal that they're like conforming to exactly what the label wants them to do. It's all shown as a pretty good idea. Like, Tom Hanks plays this manager who like shapes their image, and all of his ideas are good ideas, even if they're artificial, and they work. And then there's one character, one member of the band, who's like, oh, why are we doing covers? Oh, why are we controlling our image? Why don't we just play our own songs and this and this and that? And everyone hates him, and he's a big penis butt jerk.
You know, and that's very interesting, Davu, and that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. As opposed to, like, because it's pretty obvious when you've got a dude who just sticks a big ad in the middle of his video or whatever. But what's much less noticeable is the way that people tailor their content. And not just like by making top 10s about whatever the popular thing is, but by like Digi's gotten very good at this, about structuring his videos.
Yeah,
in
it always segues into talking about the Patreon.
No, they segue.
No. If it's in a Digi
Fucking
video, it's
animal!
a segue. It's a segue
animal!
if it's a Digi video, all right?
If it's a Digi video,
No,
it's
in a
okay.
Digi video specifically.
He was making
it's
a
a
Yeah,
segue.
Tell me about how much cooler segue sounds than segue. Tell me about that.
Much
The
less
segue
cool.
makes you picture the thing. Anyway, with what Davu was saying, for an example that the rest of us know, Bakuman. We were talking about.
I was
going
to
to
say that's the big one. That's the big one. It's about the glory and the power and the wonderful thing that is tailoring your content to the mass
somewhere in
appeal.
like the middle of the story, you know, Ashiro Gimuto goes to Hattori, their editor, and they're like, you know, what about, you know, does being popular mean it's good? Like, isn't popularity independent
like,
from like artistic integrity? And Hattori's
yes.
just like, look,
Yes.
I know a lot of people struggle with this, but I just really try not to think about it. If something is popular, that means lots of people like it, which in a certain sense means it's good.
Yeah, and like, you know, a couple
to
years
all the people that like it, it is good. Therefore, popularity and goodness are kind of
a couple
conflicting.
What an amazing speech that was. That was like the most interesting thing to me in the entire series. But let's go on, Davu.
A couple of years ago, when I was getting into doing YouTube full time, right? And I was really inspired by the big analytical think pieces or things that were really deep and complex, and that was what I was into, developing my skills on, is doing analysis. And at a certain point, I'd made a video that I thought, all right, there's a lot of great analysis in here. Had another video that was like, all right, this is a great story that I'm weaving about a guy. And now I'm like, okay, I've gotten good at the baseline skills at making videos. So from then on, what's really been exciting me since then is finding something that is also really good, but is also something that's mainstream. It's looking at the Venn diagram of what is great and what is popular, and searching for everything that's in between. And that's what excites me. That's the skills I want to develop.
Yeah, to relate that just to Bakuman, because Bakuman, like the Ashiro Gimuto, understands that what they're best at is that what's the term they use for it? Like
serious humor.
Serious humor. That's exactly the word I was looking for. And so their big successful series later on is like Tonto, which is like this gag series. You know, that one never really gets off. It's all their other series that play more to their strengths when they can find a way to capture what they're good at and then tailor it to the mass audience. I mean, that's what it's all about.
I think that the only way to be successful and not selling, like you can be successful and sell out. But there's such a thing as success without selling out, and I think that happens when people, like, you're making what you want to make, but it also happens to be stuff that people want to see. Like, you have to find something that is what you want to do, but that other people also want you to do.
And you know, in my humble opinion, I think that those people are just plain lucky to be that kind of person.
I mean,
I'm not sure that it's really.
I mean, Ashiro Gimuto had to go through lots and lots of iterations before they found something that they were good at.
I wouldn't call them lucky at all.
I want to.
That wasn't luck. That was hard work and perseverance.
I'm just saying, someone from the start who did that would be a lucky person. That's all.
A lot of mangaka, they have like a bunch of unsuccessful series before they find something that's really speaks to people. Like Araki made Bao before he made JoJo.
Yep.
I forget his name, but the master of all manga made Magic
Osamu Tezuka.
No, made Magic Kaito before he made Detective Conan, which is, the most successful media franchise of all time, or something like that.
I don't think it beats One Piece.
It's not even close to that, but it is.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
but
okay.
it's been. I think it's the longest running anime of all time.
Probably.
Anime, maybe.
Well, what about The Simpsons?
No, it's oh, well, I mean, of course, Matt Groening, the phenomenal mangaka who made The Simpsons and then realized that he'd sold out too much and went back and made the artistic masterpiece that is Futurama. But like a lot of the time you do have to like iterate on ideas before you find something that's
very true.
That speaks to people, unless you're a genius like me and you make What's in an OP as your very first video, and people just flock to you
Jeff,
from across.
Yeah, we need you in this podcast because you're the master of selling
yeah.
out in this group. You're
I
the most
am.
selling out.
Hang on. I want to ask Jeff, because I've been curious about this. Jeff, your content does seem very, appropriate for this stuff, and I wanted to ask, how much of being like a journalist helped you like prepare you for your YouTube stuff? I assume it was massively.
Oh, okay. So the one thing that you guys who only ever concern yourselves with making good videos that are well edited and well voice acted don't get is that like one of the most important things to YouTube video success is your description, your tags, and your title. Not just in terms of clickbait, in terms of if you have keywords that people are searching all the time in your description, your tags, and your title, that will factor into how often you get searched. So part of what has that's something that gets drilled into your head when you're a text journalist is keywords, especially in your in the first 2 paragraphs of your article, keywords all the fuck over your title, and keywords in your tags. And that means...
Is this specifically for search stuff?
Yeah.
Analytics, Google
it's
search stuff?
search engine optimization.
Collected stuff, too. Like, okay, when I was in anime... Because I learned this as well from my text blog, where... what the hell? I heard a woman's voice.
That was Jesse making
are you
some
in a
noise
Skype
over
call
there.
at the same time or something?
He would be.
When I was doing text blogging, there was like a period where I was part of... There's this website called Anime something. I don't remember the fucking name of it, but it was like an aggregator of RSS feeds. So basically it was a website you went to, and it would be a collection of the newest posts from every anime blog that was a part of that site. And so there'd be like hundreds of anime blogs, and every time you check there'd be new stuff. And it was kind of like there wasn't a huge reader base for it, but if you had a brand new blog, this was how you got off the ground. Like get your URL onto that site, and that way you'll get at least like 30 readers, and then from there you got to kind of word of mouth spread. But like so I was on there, and at some point I realized that like a lot of my posts would just not get like any initial views, and then someone messaged me and they were like, you realize that that aggregator will post the title and the first like paragraph of your post is what it would share. And because they have advertisers, you couldn't have any swear words in the title or first couple sentences.
Manchild Incorporated has something to say. Endless Jess sold out because he hates you all. He outsourced. He's outsourcing all further podcast appearances. I'm his secretary, Miss Jezebel. He hates you all. Everybody
Miss Jezebel.
Manchild Incorporated.
You okay?
Wow. Oh my God! It's the promised secretary at long last. This is her debut. Well, welcome to the Devu Collective. We're so happy to have you.
No, she's always been here. She's a representative of Endless Jess, and therefore
it's the fucking. She's the one who leaves. If you've ever had a comment on Manchild Incorporated,
the secretary of Manchild Inc.
Yeah,
I thought so too.
Manchild Incorporated, not Endless Jess. I'm sorry, those are completely different brands.
This just in from Endless Jess. You all suck.
That's a fair point.
Holy shit. Okay.
So, back onto the subject of SEO. That is very important.
Wait, what's SEO?
Search engine optimization.
Oh, okay. I'm such a noob.
So
right,
YouTube,
YouTube
they
all suck. Go to hell. Fuck you, especially Jeff. Goodbye.
Is he writing you a script over there? Is he like sending over like what is that? Using fucking?
He's writing cue cards. He's
pushing
Morse.
He's pushing the button on his like intercom thing. You know.
No. What I'm imagining is Jesse sitting across the room with a Morse code tapper, and she's sitting across the room on like in front of the microphone, interpreting that, writing it out, and interpreting the words and reading it into the mic. Okay, Jeff, go on. Search engine optimization.
Search engine optimization, because like. What YouTube is fundamentally is it's three things. It's a video platform, obviously. It's a landing page that recommends videos to you, and then it's a search engine. So knowing how to game search engines to get more relevant hits off of search terms is super important for being successful on YouTube.
So can you give us the example of how you do that with What's in an OP?
Where's my secretary? Hey!
Jesse!
Jezamine! What are you doing cavorting with these losers? It's time for my goddamn butt massage! Get off that stupid fucking podcast! You're coming with
There's
me!
a whole fucking
Sorry,
like,
sir.
There's a whole like.
Shut up! You don't get to talk!
There's a man-child narrative going on right
We
now.
got places
there's
with
a
me!
subplot.
I need my butt massage! I need my penis ring! Get up! We're out of here!
Oh my god.
Go on, Jeff. Try to force your way.
So functionally, the way that you do that is you make sure to include the title of whatever you're talking about in either the first line of your description or your title, or ideally both.
Okay.
Then you want to tag companies, creators, musicians, and anything that people might search related to your thing. So, I left my phone on because I'm a sellout too. That's the sound of selling out.
That's the sound of money coming in, baby.
That's the sound of money coming in. Yep.
It did have a distinct cha-ching cadence to it.
Yeah, no, that's my,
only
that's my
Jeff
ringtone.
would have a cha-ching sound as his fucking
I actually do too.
Now that's a sellout we can believe.
My text sound effect is the cha-ching from Roller Coaster Tycoon.
That's
Of course.
That's a good sound effect. Yeah. So so what you want to do, like what I do with What's in an OP, is I always make sure to put the name of the name of the song that I'm that is the opening theme song, the name of the director or the mangaka who created the series, the name of the company is responsible for making it, the name of the series itself, and any possible abbreviations. And usually, if there's a commonly used abbreviation, I'll use the short form like FMA in the title, and then I'll type Full Metal Alchemist in the description within the first line, because that that all helps with search engine optimization.
Yeah.
Jeff, it's funny to hear you talking about this, because I do all of this because I just thought it was obvious, but now I'm wondering if to everybody else this is news.
Lots of people.
I don't do any of this. I don't do any of this
On
shit.
the subject of selling out, I've been talking to people at MCNs lately, and that's apparently the biggest thing that they do to help people get their channels bigger.
Oh my gosh, that's what you're paying for? Wow.
Yeah.
I should have known
that.
those really
tell you how to
condescending
use
copy
tags.
pasted messages like, hey, you know how like you can make videos all on your own and it's extremely easy if you just put in the work? How about we do half of it for you and just give us all your money? Now, I also do the whole thing.
Jeff sold out hard enough to carry all of us.
That's true.
I've also done
And
the thing with the tags, and what I've found.
Just one pro tip related to tags that a lot of people don't think of. Put the name of your channel in every single
I was about to say,
Yeah.
I tag
What?
every single video I ever publish, I tag Digibro.
Isn't that like an inherent thing? It's the name of the goddamn channel.
No, but here's the thing, because your tags control what shows up in your sidebar. And so if you tag everything with your name, then if someone gets into your channel, then suddenly they're
stay
locked
on your
into
channel.
your channel.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about sidebars
Holy
because
shit.
I've found that that's how I've gotten. In the time that I've been doing
Yeah.
like YouTube full time, only 2 of my videos have taken off. One about Roller Coaster Tycoon and one about Undertale. So this is the other way to sell out, is to get in on the big trends, the big fandoms. I mean, almost everyone, all but 2 people in this chat right now, first started doing YouTube and making money through another big franchise. And is it banned? Are we not allowed to talk about it anymore? Anyway, so. And none of my videos were ever really able to.
You did it, Davu. You just did.
I know.
You
I was
did the
conscious of it that
thing.
time.
I'm just
conscious of how
okay.
I transitioned from one sentence to another sentence by going. So
everybody posts about how cute that is when Davu does that. Everybody compliment him.
I was never able to find I was never able to get much success through getting searched because, I don't know, nothing that I ever posted was something that people search much about. Normally, people seem to watch videos by clicking on one and then going on the sidebar, and they basically go sidebar surfing. So people are going to sit down all day watching Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 videos if that's what they're doing, right? Now, that's why so many people didn't like that video, because they're in the mindset of liking Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, whereas I'm posting the video in the mindset of being a video game commentator, right? I'm going in, and like, the reason that my Undertale video took off so much is because it's a really weird statement in the title that, like, really throws people off. And it's...
Yeah, Devu, you know, and I wanted to say, it's interesting to me, very much so, to compare our two different Undertale videos, because mine is a fucking 10 out of 10 masterpiece of artistic, you know, wonder that no one in the world...
on the other hand, is
it's not even that. It's just that Devu's was A, much more timely, B, had an interesting title to it, and C, I don't know, maybe had a nicer thumbnail, which definitely is simpler.
It had a hand-drawn thumbnail that Devu created, so it was art no
one
one
you made that, dude?
Before.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If I'd made my Undertale videos title anything but Mother's Basement Review Undertale, it probably would have gotten a million hits.
Yeah. Now, don't forget one
that's
thing,
another
though,
thing I
guys,
wanted to ask about.
If I'd made that video today, if Undertale had came out today, and I'd done that video, it would have been much longer because I would have done a much more expanded version of the script that would have resonated with more people.
Nobody cares, Devu. You don't gotta fucking brag about what you.
Well, I'm talking about like reaching people. We're talking about selling out.
I want to ask Jeff specifically because you were talking about before.
Yeah.
All right. It's just you the way that you title your videos. What's an OP? Like I see that you always consciously have chose to brand yourself, you know, with like the name of the thing, as opposed to someone like Digi who doesn't do that ever. Yeah. And I'm just wondering, you know, what's the reason for that choice? You guys, I'm sure you have reasons for that.
You know, I think with Jeff. He's got one of the few ways that it can work, because I think that old YouTube, like, the mentality people had about it was very much that people were coming for you. Like, there was individual content creators. They were looking for your series, your story.
Yeah, YouTube pages used to be like MySpace pages and stuff.
Yeah, and so, but, and you know, people like that guy with the glasses who have very well-defined series, and those are, like, what people knew before. Your Angry Video Game Nerd, his name
those
is in the
titles. Those guys are institutions,
right?
though,
right.
So, yeah.
But now, like, 80% of all the views I get, if not more, is from people being on YouTube browsing. So it's almost all sidebar hits, recommended videos, you know, people on their homepage, and it recommends them because they've clicked on anime videos, so we suggest Digibro videos. And so I tailor everything to be for those people, because anyone who is already subscribed to me, it doesn't matter. They're going to watch my videos no matter what. So tailoring it for them is completely unnecessary. I'm tailoring it all for the people who aren't subscribed, who don't know who I am. And if it says, like, Digibro review, none of them know who I am. They don't give a fuck who Digibro is. They don't care about his review. What they want to know is, you know, why Konosuba is genuinely hilarious. And they're like, I like Konosuba, and there's a big picture of the most popular character from the show, who I don't even really talk about in the video, but she's on
that's true.
She's given a thumbs up on the thumbnail. It's adorable. It's a memorable moment from the show, and it's the most popular character. So that video gets 250,000 hits. Which is what it has before it got... it would have way more than that if it hadn't gotten taken down for like 3 fucking weeks by Kadokawa. But...
Those fuckers.
So for me, it's all about, like, what's the catchiest possible title, no connection to anything, flashiest thumbnail, what's going to get people's attention, but without stepping into the boundary of looking trashy, you know, where it's like, 10 hottest tits in Konosuba, you know?
Well, excuse me. Looking trashy is the best way to get hits.
No, it is.
I can objectively prove with ass in the thumbnail.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Thematically relevant ass in the thumbnail.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of tits and thumbnails and stuff with the Asterisk War series, but that's because they're also semi-ironic. Because like having tits in the thumbnail fits in with the narrative of the videos that I'm criticizing.
All right, but I mean, if you like, does any average viewer, the people that you're marketing the videos to, do they get that it's ironic?
No, I'm not attracting them on that basis.
You see, that's an excuse that you're using,
well, no,
and I agree
with
you. It's fine.
I'm not making it as an excuse. I'm saying why it doesn't damage my brand. Because if
what it doesn't damage is is your view of yourself. Nobody else cares.
No,
Nobody else is
people
thinking
do
about
care.
it.
People want to subscribe to
You
people
think
who
so?
look smart. Nobody wants to subscribe.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, the biggest criticism, like, I think most people who hate Misty Cronexia haven't watched any of his videos. They've looked at his thumbnails and his subject matter, and they click on a video and they see his posters, and they think, this guy is a fucking sleaze, right? Like, his videos will be like, top 10 most fappable lollies, and it'll be a picture of an ass on the cover. And then you click on it, and it's him in front of all of these trashy Sword Art Online posters talking about how much he likes lolly ass, you know? Like, people subscribe to me because they think I'm intellectual. They think I'm smart. They want to be taught something.
You've tricked
you know?
them successfully.
So if I put
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
if
right.
I put tits on the thumbnail and then you click on the video and it gives you the impression that it's a clever subversion of it, then it still feels smart and it doesn't hurt my brand. But if I was talking about a show like you know, like some show that is deeply well respected or something, and I just put tits up there, and then my video has nothing to do with tits, and it's all heady and deep, it would be really obvious that it was like a clickbait thing, you know.
I just don't even know if people are thinking about it that
like
much.
Sword Art Online, for instance.
Right.
Well, it's deeply beloved.
But anyways, the reason that it works for Jeff, I think, is that What's in an OP is a good title every single time.
Yeah.
Because it's not a series title, really. Like, if you see...
It doesn't work for me because I don't know what an OP is. I mean, I kind of know.
It's an
I know
opening
now.
video.
If you watched one video, you'd know.
Any other anime fan would know that.
Yeah, I
That's true.
guess. I
It's
mean,
a
okay,
very,
I did
very
know that
common
that's what
term.
it was, but when I see OP, I don't think that. I think One Piece. I think all of Jeff's videos are about One Piece.
Ben,
are you telling
you're
me
a
they're
total
not?
pleb. You're
That-
totally
That's double the reason to click on them.
Unsubscribe.
But anyway, if
I thought he was a One Piece analyst this whole time. God damn it!
Like-
What's been happening?
when I saw What's in an OP, Your Lie in April on the front page of Reddit, I didn't think, oh, this is a series. I thought this is going to be an analysis of the OP of Your Lie in April. And then every single time I see it, it's like, oh, that's going to be an analysis of the OP of Baccano.
Wait a minute. Was that a super clever April Fool's title? Because it's Your Lie in April. Was it not even about that show?
No. Well,
No,
Damn it,
was.
that would have been so
that
awesome.
Came out in July. That would be.
How great would
quite
that have
late.
been?
The April Fool's video was
next-
Corey in the house.
For April Fool's next year, I should make it What's in an OP? Your Lie in April, second OP, and then just make it about fucking, I don't know,
Dicks.
Something else. Yeah.
something
Yeah,
else.
dicks.
Anything else.
The Boku no Pico opening. I
I
assume there
feel
is
like
one.
we're off
Does that
topic.
have an
I don't
opening?
think what we're
I haven't
talking
seen
about
it.
is selling out. We're talking about SEO optimization.
Well, this has
and
turned into a
searching.
like a
it's
a
relevant.
guide
how
to
to
selling
sell
out.
out.
Now, see, I want to get to. All I care about is me. So, what about my system? I definitely have the old school JonTron style of things, where it's just my name and branding. You're telling me that it's a better idea to find some sort of generic way of.
I think yours
of appealing
works
individually.
too. The reason I never like told you to stop, because I think best anime ever, Gurren Lagann, like every single time, again, like What's in an OP, it's always a title for that video. It's never just here's the name of my series and then also a video title.
Well,
but
except
yours
that
is riskier.
A lot of people got really fucking angry at him for saying best game ever.
Best game ever, Undertale.
Yeah, because
But you know what?
they've heard
I'm okay
that
with
from
them-
the whole internet.
That's a unique case in that one, but
Well-
I wonder if I don't care if they get mad as long as they come in and watch.
Well,
they
that
can
was
get as
the
mad
thing,
as
though.
they want.
That was
you
what
know?
happened on our anime. Is best anime ever One Punch Man got no attention. It was like
Yeah,
severely
people-
downvoted.
Everyone hated that. Yeah.
Just because of the title. Like, no one watched
Yep,
the fucking
yep.
video. It was just they said, One Punch Man's not the best anime ever. Downvote.
Right, because it wasn't.
So, like,
it only works if it's either like one that people really feel is the best anime ever, or one that people obviously know isn't, and they realize it's a joke.
And
No,
that's
it's-
why I need to appeal to lesser known things with that sort of stuff, not
only-
these super.
It only works
yeah.
once people know who you are.
Wait a second,
That's
Nate.
the thing. 'cause
Wait a
if they-
second,
Well,
Nate.
I
I just
don't know
realized a
about
whole
that.
subversion is that no one cares about One Punch
Yeah.
Man because it's the best ever. It called the best ever the same way
Well,
that
you know
Saitama
what?
himself is the
Ironic.
most strong man, and no one. Oh man, I thought there was some sort of meta going on here, but not really. I'll find it later.
No, but
Yeah, what were you saying?
Yeah.
I was
Wait, hang on.
saying that the difference between Jeff's and Nate's thing is that Nate is making a statement with his. If you put like a question mark at the end of best anime ever, that
That's
might
true.
rectify
It
the
would
whole
totally
thing.
Yeah, no,
change
that would
it.
totally change everything.
No, I can't do that. That's fucking gay as
Like,
shit.
is it the
Question
best
mark
anime
is
ever?
totally
Best
over.
anime ever?
Anime ever? No, I can't do it. I'll never
Nate,
do it.
next
I
time you
can't
gotta
do
put
it
a
like that.
tilde after the ever.
Oh my god, it would work.
Yeah.
Even maybe I could squeeze a tilde. I can't do a question mark. I can't live with myself.
I don't know what the
that.
tilde is gonna do, but
I don't know.
I think it worked out really well because, like, with the first two, because Gurren Lagann, a lot of people legitimately feel that way, and then Monster Musume, like you said, it was so obviously not the best anime ever that people got that it was a joke. But with One Punch Man, it's like it's too relevant and too contested, where people really are out there on the internet arguing about whether it's the best anime ever.
And it's the same. It's the same deal with Undertale. It's like even though that is the best game ever, you know, some people don't think so. Some people think Uncharted is the best game ever.
I was thinking about making like a separate. Yeah, I was thinking about doing like a separate sort of section for like modern things. Maybe I'll give that some more thought. So when are we going to
bring
up
anyway,
like we're off topic. We're talking about my shit.
I'm trying to think about whether I need like a good name for mine. Because all I do is,
we're doing the same thing.
I just say the name of the game first, and then hypocritical review afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely. I mean, you do very like John Tronny videos, like I do, which is just like we take the thing and then we just say whatever we want about it, and it's not like we're exploring a specific
old
theme.
YouTube though, man.
I know, and his formula totally, like, no one should try to take the JonTron path. Nobody should do it. It's not viable.
The JonTron path is get lucky, get successful on Reddit one time.
Yeah, that's right. And not to say that it's not good, but he definitely was one of the very few to succeed in that way.
And I think it all really comes down to him singing Firework at the end of that video. That's the entire reason that JonTron is as big as he is now.
No, it was his hard-hitting analysis of Daikatana that really propelled him into fame.
It was his Yonkers, man.
No,
I don't know if you guys know about
it was Dino City.
No,
bro, like that's the
it was Dino City.
No, that's what I'm saying. I was saying it was his Yonkers. Yonkers is a song by Tyler the Creator, where he had a music video where he like ate a live cockroach in the video, and it got like super viral, and that's why he's famous now.
Oh,
so it's like just like one random little thing he did like completely sparked his whole career.
Well, I'll just say I've got a video cooking right now. I got some big plans for it. I think it might be the one. We'll see in like 6, 7, 8 months.
Let's shift gears for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about how we can sell out. Let's talk about other people who sell out.
I just, before we move from us to other people, I just want to say the only time that I've ever been accused of selling out was when I started putting annotations at the end of my videos linking to other videos that are mine.
And then again when you joined this call.
And then again when I joined this call, obviously,
it was like a Vietnam flashback starting this call. But you know, and I mean that's a totally bullshit criticism. There's nothing wrong with linking to more of your videos. You have to assume people want to watch your content if they're watching your content, so you might as well make it easy for them. So fuck them.
Backlinks are really important. That's another thing that you learn from text journalism and common sense.
So, you know, a thing about other people who are, you know, big YouTubers who do things that are pretty shallow to get hits, I think the reason that a lot of people don't like them is that they don't respect their work ethic. Because whenever my friend comes over and she puts on a normal boots or a hidden block video, I'm like, man, why do these guys get out a video every 2 or 3 weeks? And I told her one time, like, dude, if I were doing videos like this, I would have a video out every other day. You know, like, I at some point...
All right, you know what? You've got me, Devu. You've got me by the hooks. I gotta give this rant. This rant has been brewing inside me for a while.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's called Fuck Movie Bob. I've titled this.
All right.
Oh, that's a good one.
Fucking Movie Bob, right? This fucker. Right. This dude, he's been around for a long time, right? He used to do the Game Over Thinker series, originally on Screw Attack.
Originally on YouTube, then he got on Screw Attack,
which was terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible, and it went on for forever. It had this weird, stupid narrative. It was bad. But he also made movie reviews and analysis on The Escapist, right? And it would be 2 videos a week. He had his Escape to the Movies reviews, which were just pretty much standard movie reviews, and the Big Picture videos, which were like these interesting looks into the history of film, talking about specific stuff. And they're really cool because he has a lot of knowledge. And so it was like learning cool, interesting facts about film history, right? 2 videos a week. So he gets fired from The Escapist alongside a bunch of other people, right?
Too fat.
And yeah.
Couldn't fit in the damn door.
So he goes to YouTube and he starts doing 2 different series. He's got one called Really That Good and one that's just his normal reviews. His normal reviews are the most like clickbaity, possible things in the universe. It'll be he'll cover a new movie the instant it comes out, and he'll just like if it's bad at all, he'll make it out like it's the worst movie of all time. Rag on it incessantly, obnoxiously. It's
man.
Oh my god,
back during his regular,
which is pretty cathartic. If you're like wanting,
well,
if you
it was for a while.
That's the problem.
If you want Pixels to fail, then that review.
But look, but back when he was doing regular reviews every week, talking about a new review, a new video, a new movie. Every year, there would usually be one movie that came out where he was like, this movie's so bad, it's a big piece of shit with a cunt and a face and a fucker, and I hate it, and it's dead, and it's a big pile of duty shit pits. And like he's like, that's like the whole video.
And now he's doing
it all the time. And now it's every single review he does is written like that.
Right.
And
it'll be like, because he did Pixels, and it was just like, this is the shittiest cock bullshit. It's like it's written like old AVGN,
old
from
AVGN
like 2005,
ripoffs. Very important distinction.
Like the people who were just slammed a bunch of swear words together, and they think that makes.
And I think he was even more inelegant than any of the ripoffs.
Just stop interrupting my damn rant. I just want to get past this. These reviews are shitty.
He's worse than Chris Bores? Is that what
I don't know who Chris fucking Bores is. I don't care. Let me finish my rant. I have to keep going. I have to keep my blood pressure high enough.
God damn it.
God damn it. So he makes these shitty fucking reviews. He's got this Pixels review. He's got his one for Fantastic Four. He's got the one for the fucking the Visit. Is that what the M. Night Shyamalan one was? They're all the same review. Copy paste. He just gets mad at a movie. Oh, so clever. We all get to hate this movie because it killed our family. He actually said at one point in the Pixels review that it felt like Adam Sandler came into his house and pissed on his old toys or something. Like, what the fuck? It's a movie you paid to see, you fucking idiot. So he goes and he writes these reviews, and they're always like the week it comes out, and they get a ton of views, right? But here's the thing: he's even though it's so easy, he's doing the easiest reviews possible, right? He does is he writes a bunch of swear words. He comes home and he just loops trailer footage for 6 minutes while he just rambles. His audio edit is garbage. He fucking records into like a headset. He cuts himself off at the end of words constantly. I don't understand how he does that. Like he
takes a week to do something that I can literally do in 45 minutes when I come home from the movie.
Exactly.
Like, counting the render.
Yeah, and he'll do these movies. Like, if I did reviews like he does, I could get them out literally 5 times a day. I could do that. I could review. It would take me longer to watch the movies than it would do to make those reviews. They're just basic bare bones shit. And yet, somehow, he only makes like 1 or 2 a month of those standard reviews. And then he's got the Really That Good series. And these only come out like quarterly, right? And they're like 45 minutes long. They're heavily edited. You know, they're good analysis videos, but they're rambling. He repeats himself constantly. They're all 20 minutes longer than they need to be. All of them could be cut in half.
He needs an editor. He needs a fucking editor bad.
His audio is shit, so it's always like when you're listening to it, it slowly grains on you, right? Like it slowly becomes tiring because it's so long. And he's rambling so hard.
You have to understand, Digi, that if his microphone was better, it would just pick up the sound of all of his fat jiggling as he talks.
Yeah. As he tries to squeeze out syllables between the rolls in his fucking throat.
Here's the thing. If Movie Bob was just a channel that put out like one review every month and one Really That Good every quarter, and they were exactly what they were, it wouldn't be a problem, right? If that was all it was, if it was just some YouTube guy doing that, right? But it's not. It's Movie Bob. It's Movie Bob who has a lot of Patreon money. A lot
What
of
are his
Patreon
financial
money.
incentives? To do nothing. All he does is get $3,000 a month, regardless of what he does.
Right. He doesn't even get like at minimum he should have one because he has a monthly cycle, so he's not getting paid by video, he's getting paid by month. So there are months that pass by where he'll put out one 6-minute bullshit review that you could make in 45 minutes.
It's like, what kind of work ethic does this guy have? Like
thousands of dollars.
He's living in a world of privilege.
I wonder what
get away with this shit.
I wonder what his creator goals are.
I haven't even gotten to the biggest thing of all. The big cherry on top of this shit sundae, right? So I'm already mad at him that he doesn't get Really That Good out once a month because he should be able to. There's no reason he can't. YMS puts more effort into his videos and he can get out one a month almost always, you know? I could easily get a Really That Good out every fucking week if I had the material and I wanted to do that, you know?
You have Davoo to do your
I don't even need Devu. I did 30 videos in a month last 2 Octobers ago.
No. He doesn't. No one needs,
Devu knows
no
that
one needs me to do Movie Bob's level of editing.
Yeah,
No,
that's true.
not
That's
at all.
true.
And here's the thing. He put out this video. This video made me so mad I almost shat a brick in my chair. This dude puts out a video where he literally says, "The next Really That Good is on the way." It's a text video. It's like epic music and text coming onto the screen. And it's like, but these, I really have to fund these things. So if you guys give me more on Patreon, maybe it'll come out sooner.
What?
Oh my god.
He really legitimately did that. There's a whole video on his channel.
Yo, this nigga, right after that, he called up Domino's because he's a piece of shit, motherfucker.
Man, I just can't understand.
He made a whole
video.
video.
This guy, like you said, used to get out 2 videos a week. I guess back when the Escapists were constantly hounding him to get off his ass and start doing things. Everything I know about the Escapist business is that they're fairly cutthroat for internet standards. But now he's just on Patreon. Yeah. What kind of work ethic does he have? What are even his creator goals? $5,000 a month. I'll finally put in a channel banner. $7,000 a month. I'll have a new avatar that isn't a shitty selfie of my fat face.
Does he really say that?
Wait, is that for real though?
He doesn't have a channel banner. 3,000.
No, but it doesn't actually say that on his Patreon.
No, but it should. That's probably what he values.
You really had me going for a second there.
You know, who's probably got that.
This goes back to what I said before. Devu, I think it was, who said that I hate things that make people money. No, I only hate it when people make more money than they deserve. And this is a case of a guy who I actually like Movie Bob, kind of. I really like Really That Good. I think it's a good series.
Yeah.
But I don't think he should be making $3,000 a month to put out like 4 in a year.
Yeah, no,
it's outlandish.
It's fucking ridiculous, especially because, like I said, like I like Really That Good too. But again, I'm looking at it from the perspective of I'm also a content creator, and I can legitimately say I think I'm a better writer than Movie Bob in terms of like revision.
Well, that's not hard.
Like, well, I mean, I don't think he's bad. It's just that he repeats himself too much. Like,
all we have to say is that you don't constantly inject 9/11 into your writing. Which actually, that's actually the best thing about
that. Like one time.
That doesn't bother me like it bothers
No,
you.
I think it's hilarious. I love it.
Is overall
Everyone
fine.
should mention 9/11 for unrelated reasons. He does it in his book when he says, "When I first saw Super Mario Brothers 3, I thought it was the most impactful moment of my generation, just like the shooting of JFK was for my parents, and then 9/11 was for the next generation." I thought that was amazing.
Christ.
What the fuck?
I just can't.
That is amazing.
I can't believe that he has the gall to make a video saying like, "Give me more money so I can finish this video that's already a series I've already been doing." And like, and what does he need more money for? He's making $3,000 a month.
Dude, I'll tell you exactly what it is. He's living a life. In his life, he needs some more money. So he's saying, okay, they'll give me more money.
Bob, stop eating so much, and you'll be able to fucking afford your life.
Yeah,
you fat fuck.
Yeah, it's just like even though like this is why there are a lot of people who are pretty clickbaity or don't make a whole lot of deep content, but we really respect like Anthony Fantano, who proves those people exactly wrong by getting out a video every day, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, guys, I'd like to suggest that for our selling out purposes, we should title this video "The Movie Bob Rant."
The Movie Bob Rant, yeah.
I don't know if you want to start any
PCP,
drama
Movie
with
Bob's
Movie Bob,
a sellout.
though. I imagine his fans would be
But
terrible.
we do, because that's the ultimate way to sell out drama.
Yeah.
Holy shit, let's talk about drama now.
Let's talk about
There is
that
nothing
piece of
better.
shit.
There is
Leafy is
nothing
here.
more clickable.
Leafy is here.
Before we move on,
yeah. Go on, Ben. Finish your
Before
point.
we move on from Movie Bob, I just want to say that I am about 75% certain that I saw him at the South Station train station in Boston a couple weeks ago. I mean, I was at like this station restaurant. I saw him sitting there eating food at this train station restaurant, but I can't be sure because it could have been any other big fat guy with a goatee.
I have
food. Big surprise.
So
there.
I'm
it
100%
exactly like him.
I am 100%,
and he is a Bostonian.
Yeah,
and he is a Bostonian,
that's
so
true.
it's not entirely inconceivable.
But Ben, I am 100% sure that I saw Movie Bob on Google Earth while I was browsing over the city of Boston.
Were you zoomed out like 8 times? Like this was not street view. He was just visible.
This
from
was
space.
not street view. No, I was looking at the topography of the entire Massachusetts area. I was like, oh hey, Movie Bob.
By the way, if you're a viewer
shit.
of this show and you're fatter than Movie Bob, we love you, and it's not a problem. It's only gross to be fat if you're also Movie Bob. That's
That's right.
No,
That's
Movie
right.
Bob is gross
no,
because
seriously,
he's
kill all
Movie
fat
Bob,
people.
and the fat is part of that.
I don't know. Movie Bob's easy to make fun of, but I don't really mind him that much. Except that I think he should make less money.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm with you, Ben, because I've been a fan of Movie Bob for like 5 years, and I've seen all of his videos. So, except for all the games.
me too.
I think I've watched every single Big
I've
Picture.
been a fan of him for like 8 years
when he
now.
was on The Escapist.
Yeah.
And oh my god, the funniest thing ever was when someone, he was doing like a Q&A video on Game Overthinker, and someone asked him, when will you stop putting in these terrible skits and just talk about games like a journalist, which is the only thing you're good at? And he answered like, yeah, maybe when I decide that I'm okay with putting out an inferior product.
I remember that.
Total lack of self-awareness. Guy has no
that's really
clue.
interesting. It's really interesting because the way that people there's such a
He
weird
thinks they make them
duality.
better.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't understand. But a lot of people are like that they do these things because they're, you know what? I don't want to shit on him, but Jesse is kind of this way. It's just that he's so dead set in making his videos in a certain way, even when other people, even if everyone in the world,
at it. He's good at it.
It's not that he's
Sometimes
bad at
he's
it. It's
good
not
at
that he's bad at it. But like, you look at a video like The
Jesse's
Bloody
good at
Dead
it,
Man.
is what I'm saying.
I'm saying,
Jesse's
and
good
I
at
agree
it.
with that some
Jesse's
of the
a
time,
genius.
maybe most of the time.
Movie
Where
Bob
is
skits,
Jesse, by the way?
I don't know. He's out. He's fucking his secretary, probably.
Movie Bob skits are the greatest argument against him as a film critic. Period.
Yeah.
The fact that he
Uh-huh.
can make that and think, that's a
It's also the greatest argument
film.
against personal artistic integrity.
Yeah, that's
true. Yeah.
That's
gotta,
true.
Yeah. Some people need to sell out more. Some people need to sell out more to improve their art.
Let me get into that.
Yeah.
I want to, rather than drama, because I don't even want to talk about that. That could be its
fuck
own
it.
podcast.
We all get it. We all get it.
So for me personally, I grew up with lots of weird ideas I wanted to do. Like most of the stuff, a lot of the reason I never decided to work for a magazine is that to me, being able to do what I wanted to was the most important thing. And I didn't want to have any rules or limitations on what kind of stuff I was allowed to write or publish. So I would look at all these, online magazines, and they all have a very specific style, a very specific formula. I mean, Jeff, you had the nightmare experience of you had to change your scores to reflect what the site wanted you to give the scores.
That happened.
Man, let me
really?
tell you
Oh
a
my
thing
God.
or two about Steve Hanley, that piece of fucking garbage. I'm saying by name. That dude.
What could we get his home
is
address?
this?
His home address and phone number in the description.
Who is this we're talking
We're
about?
talking about the guy who ran Jeff's
the
website.
editor-in-chief
Go on.
of Hardcore Gamer, who I'm far enough out from that I have no worries about him attempting to tank my career at this point. At this point, you'll be all right.
I
get more views on an individual video than the entire site gets for a month. So,
the best revenge is living well, as they say.
Yeah, and I mean, oh god, there's so much wrong with that fucking website, and it's not even a question of selling out because he didn't. He had this weird sense of integrity where he didn't understand what it meant. Like he wanted our reviews. He wanted our review system to stay pure, and by pure I mean ripping off IGN and Destructoid and every other website on the internet. So I tried to make interesting reviews that people would click on. Like when I reviewed one of the shittiest games on the planet, Magus. This is obviously ripping off something Jim Sterling did a long time ago with Deadly Premonition, where he gave that game a 5 out of 5 on Destructoid. But I wanted to give Magus a 5 out of 5 because that was a 5 out of 5 experience for me, where I turned into a little leprechaun using a magic spell and ran around like fucking Benny Hill, circle strafing the final boss until he died. That was fun times for me. And he's like, no, we got to give it a 1 out of 10 because that's more true to what reviews are, and it's like, okay, you can...
Oh yeah, let's just define our reviews by what all the reviews say about the game instead of objectively using our own personal subjective opinion.
There was a moment.
What the fuck?
There was a moment I reviewed Styx Master of Shadows, which is the best stealth game to come out in the last generation, period, because all other stealth games are fucking garbage, except for New Hitman.
Even Splinter Cell?
Even especially Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell
People
is
just say it's good, but I believe you.
Splinter Cell is responsible for stealth games.
Don't get into a stealth
shitty.
rant. What happened with
okay.
Styx games?
So I did a review of Styx Master of Shadows. He said I could put it on the front page. I was the features editor at the time, so I had the privilege to click add this to the front page on my back end thing. I did that. He took it off. He took it off because the score was too high, and he didn't want to make the site look bad. And he said we could only put it back on. I shit you not. He said we could only put it back on if another website gave the game a 4.5 out of 5.
So just make your own website called Left Jew and then make a review.
He didn't understand remarkability at all, like as a concept. The idea that you have to do something different from other people in order to get people to click on your shit, because everybody writes game reviews.
Jeff, working
right?
for this guy didn't seem like it was it was a great time, was it? And now you're more successful. You're reaching more people independently. Now, that's an interesting thing about selling out. That's very recent. This is a very recent update in the world of selling out. Is normally it's like you get a dang publisher or a label or a manager or an agent. That's your key to sell out, because back then everything was made out of $1,000 analog equipment that you needed to rent out in order to even use it. And you didn't have the internet. Today, working with other people, unless they're the exact right kind of people, like, all of us here, we're like so synergetic. We're all really great people. And we can work together and result in better and more product, like this podcast you're listening to right now. But by default, the idea of getting like a manager or a dude to like do some things behind the scenes isn't necessary. It increases the overhead. It makes profits less likely, bogs things down, makes things less interesting. And I actually just a couple, like a month ago, got an offer from a guy who made a guy who runs a game publisher. And they've developed some games themselves. And he was like, hey, man, I like your videos. Are you looking for a job? And he wanted to offer me the position to be a video game, a video game consultant of design. Like, basically just do game analysis, but just tell them as it's being developed. Wow, I didn't know a job like that existed. And he also wanted to offer me...
That's a very profitable job, actually. I have friends who do that.
Wow, I didn't even know it was a job until he told me. Now, and he also offered me to be like a podcast host and also do game analysis for like their YouTube channel and stuff. I'm like, and if it weren't for the fact that I was already doing the Digibro thing, I may have more seriously considered it. But then, when I finally was able to finagle the conversation into asking him how much he was going to pay me, he asked me how much money I'm already getting paid. I should have lied and said 3 times more than it is, but I, unfortunately told the truth. Worst thing you want to do if you want to get big and sell out, by the way. Never tell the truth. But more anyway, so he's offered to basically pay me what I'm already getting paid, but what I'm already getting paid is going up. And so it's like Digibro's Patreon, which is indirectly paying me, is going up at like a higher rate than this company is getting big. And he even told me, this guy wasn't even like a great like salesman. Like, I was doing a better job managing my PR than he was. He was saying, we here at our company are pretty financially, are pretty strapped for cash financially. So not only are they strapped for cash, but financially so. And it's like, that was what really made it sink in. Game development, especially indie game development, is a giant death pit of money full of AIDS. Like, it's just not a good idea. It's an older medium that's on the way out in terms of profitability, because everyone knows how to develop a game now. You can't shake a stick without hitting an expert game designer or a game developer, whereas YouTubers who really, really know what they're doing are pretty rare for now. And working all alone is actually a better system, because all your managers, your bosses, your agents, that's YouTube. The YouTube algorithms are your managers, and you have to work with them.
Yeah, that's
right. That's one thing.
Right.
And don't sell out by working with people unless they're the exact right kind of people.
This is the hardest thing I think for like older people to understand, and like why it's so hard for everyone who does this to explain to your dad what you're trying to do.
Man, we've had so many conversations with our dad trying to explain like he's always like, Nate, you need to go out and like network with people. You got to go he's always telling me to like go to nearby colleges and like find art students
why?
and like connect
that's
with
the
them.
thing.
I don't understand.
I'm always asking them like, why do you think that would help?
It's because that's what he did to be successful when he was a kid, and it's totally understandable. But times have changed.
I went out to buy a shirt with my mom, and she was talking to the shirt guy, and she's like, "Hey, he does YouTube. He could sell your shirts." Like a local shirt store in Vancouver.
Like they don't understand. No. Yeah, it's totally different.
Dude, like, that happened to me one time with like there was this guy.
Well, parents will never get it.
My parents were at a GNC, and like the guy behind the counter, they were like he was like a YouTuber who's like trying to become a YouTuber, like the guy who's working there, and they were like, oh yeah, like our son is a successful YouTuber, like they basically gave me his card, and like because he had like a card and everything. This dude is not successful at all.
Whoa.
He's like a couple hundred subs, maybe like 1,000. Right? He's trying to do like parkour and variety videos and like all this random shit.
You showed me this guy.
And like all of his content was just kind of like weird and not really like stuff that would get big on YouTube. And like this guy was in that mindset of like, I need to network, I need to know people, I need to get my name out there. He had the business cards, he had the and so he was trying to contact me.
He's taking the Matt Haas zone, parkour pickup game.
He was trying to contact me because he because I'm popular, and he was like trying to find a way to network with me. And I'm like, dude, I talked to him, and I was like, I think the problem with your content is that it's confusing. Like, people come here and they don't know what it is. You haven't made anything that's gonna none of your work is tied into anything. There's no reason people would click on this stuff. There's no reason anyone would seek this out. And like I was like, there's nothing me and you can do together because I do my work by myself. You are not involved with anime at all.
Parkour is an urban colloquialism which is used for shortening the faster movement of
it really interests me how outside people will hear that like two people work on YouTube and assume that it's like at all similar. They assume that like it's hilarious. You two should collab. You do the same job.
Hey man, I don't also review this movie. Oh, not you again. I don't want you reviewing this movie with me.
Well, I mean, look at all of us. We barely collab, and we're all best friends who do the same thing. Like, we all cover video games and anime, and even we're like, leave it for the podcasts because it's not something you want to do. It doesn't make good content, And like, but the funniest thing for me is my dad has it in his head, like, because he's always been supportive of what I'm doing. He kind of gets it on some level, but he has it in his head that I'm eventually going to end up on TV. Like, he really thinks for some reason that
like my hero JonTron is going to do one day. Yes.
JonTron was on TV.
Yeah.
What? Well, he was on a commercial once.
No, but I think...
Okay, but the comparison stands.
No, my dad thinks I'm going to become a TV personality. Like, my dad thinks I'm going to get hired by a news network at some point and be like a TV guy. And I'm just like,
the local news anime review guy.
Why would
that actually is a thing? That actually... What? There was one time... For a brief period, we had the Hampton Roads show, like the local area news, and they had like an anime block for like a short period of time, late at night at like 3 a.m. I saw it once and I was like, what the fuck is happening?
They were probably copying Adult Swim or something, I guess?
No, it wasn't shows. It was like talking about anime.
Like local
Digi, area.
Here's a way that maybe would work with some people's dads, is explain this. About half the people who watch YouTube have ad block and therefore don't see the ads, right?
Right.
Whereas... 100% of people who watch TV fast forward through the ads now. So there's the business difference.
Can they do that?
And also, no young people watch TV.
Oh yeah, that too.
That's true. That's true.
So here's like a thing. It's pretty bad when your parents are like, "Oh, you're going to be a TV person someday," as a way of justifying to themselves what you do for a living. My parents are very accepting of what I do, and they think that it's really cool, and they understand that I know better than them that there is actually a future in it.
That's nice. That's nice.
The other thing that you get all the time when you're a YouTuber is people giving you suggestions for shows.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they're all terrible.
They're all bad. They're all bad.
What if you did what if you went to restaurants and did reviews? I'm like, because they're all in Virginia Beach and no one who watches me is in Virginia Beach.
What if you know, you're called Mother's Basement. What if you gave your mom a vlog show? I bet people would watch that.
Oh my god, mom
Mother's
vlogs.
Basement's mother.
There was one time-
One
time I was babysitting my aunt's kids, and she was telling me that she like really wanted to start up a vlog channel where she just like ranted about stuff, and I was like, about what kind of stuff? And she's like, I don't know, just stuff. She doesn't have a TV, like a presence for camera at all. She talks really slow.
Well, hey,
and it's
that's
just
a
like
learn sort of thing.
big
Maybe
fat
we
old
should get
lady.
into it.
Well, you guys show her
I
Angela's
don't-
mom. That's the only precedent
Yeah.
I know for that on YouTube.
I mean, there are like older people who are on YouTube doing rants. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see a 40-year-old mother on there. Just doesn't even watch YouTube. So like this whole idea is like, what do you think you're gonna do? You don't know what the trends are. You don't know what
Hey
you're
man,
trying.
nothing's
to do.
impossible. Go watch
She didn't
the
know
new
what she was gonna film
Storyteller.
it on.
You know, anything.
You know?
Anyone
hey,
could be a YouTuber.
Yeah, the new
She's supposed to do
storyteller
it
is
for the
so
sake of-
successful. Yeah, but like
mentioned
yeah.
by the procrastinators. That's a pretty big plug, if I do say so
Yeah.
myself.
that's true.
If that's the highest that you've reached, then that's a very sad
But you know,
state of affairs.
it's not even that my dad.
Not that I don't love you, new
It's not that
storyteller.
my
You're
dad
great.
thinks I'm going to end up on TV because that would be like, you know, like what he wants from me. It's just that he thinks of that as like the ultimate version of what I do. Like
Yeah,
TV
he just
is the
doesn't, you know.
final frontier, you know. And I'm like,
as opposed to your dying competition.
right. And like for me, I'm thinking like TV's on the way out. It's going to be done. It's
That's
not going
right,
to last
that's
much
right.
longer. And like, you know, you'd have to be like, think about how like you get a guy like who's the dude who hosts at midnight? Chris Hardwick.
James just
Chris
right,
Hardwick is like the host of At Midnight. He's the host of several other talk shows. He does the Talking of the Dead. He does all these shows, and I'm like, that's one guy occupying like over an hour of TV every night, right? So
Yeah.
that means that the talent pool is pretty small. If you're at the top, you're in all kinds of stuff, you know, because you're the best guy. Everybody wants you. So there's only like a couple hundred people who are like TV hosts who are making real money, and everyone else is on a local news station, and they're probably making less than I make now, you know? I'm making like over $40,000 a year this year if I make the same amount I've been making so far.
That's a
So,
damn good salary.
Yeah, I'm making
And
fucking
you know, gotta think
middle-class
PewDiePie.
wages,
I
you
think
know?
PewDiePie has really helped to evolve everyone's understanding of YouTube, including other YouTubers, because so many people know him. Most people know he's a millionaire now, and also the fact that he's like a real guy who doesn't feel like a shill. And I think that's probably, I bet PewDiePie single-handedly has, or single-sweetedly, progressed YouTube content so far.
What?
Because he's made, he's proven that you can be like a real guy who's actually kind of charming and become the biggest guy.
He does create sort of an inverse problem though, where people are like, "Oh, you have 100,000 subscribers. You must be making $100,000."
Well, you want people to think that, especially if it's like a girl and you're trying to like pick her up. You're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, well,
I guess
true.
if it's a girl, then yes,
That's
you
very
do want
true.
to think that. No, it is a problem that people think you're rich just for having like a certain amount of subs, but like, and it's also really fascinating to see like what kind of selling out people think will work and what kind doesn't, because like, I want you all to look up Dame Drops, DAYM Drops, and look at.
I know about Dame.
I don't know these guys.
Have you seen his Patreon? It is the most hilariously depressing thing, because Dame Drops is a guy, he's this big fat black guy who sits in his car and reviews fast food from outside of the place, right?
That guy.
Oh no!
He jumped
$18 a month. He deserves at least $100.
That's a lot more. That's a lot more than he was making when he started it. Like, here's the thing: Dame Drops started. He got big because of the damn Shmo Yoho song, right? Shmo Yoho are huge, so he gets pretty big through that. And he's got like over 100,000 subs, I think, right?
Where the heck is his Patreon? I can't find it.
$18 fucking dollars.
What the heck's going on?
He makes.
Take his word for it.
He has a pretty high subscriber count, right? And he's like he's like considered like a part of the YouTube club kind of thing. You know, he's been out to the YouTube space. He's been invited to like Taco Bell to do tastings of their new products for videos and stuff like that. You know, he's done like endorsements and shit like
Guys,
that.
I think one of the factors that he doesn't seem to link his Patreon anywhere. I had to just
No. Let me get to it.
He has a Wikipedia page, guys.
Let me get to it.
Okay.
He's fairly well known as a YouTube personality, but here's the thing: his videos are like 5 minutes. The first 40 seconds is, "What's up, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter? It's a main man, Dave Drops, with another super official food review. Can you dig it, baby? I know you can. Hey, listen, man." That's his intro. Every video. I can't believe I can still do that.
Sounds like a Hodge Twin sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, he'll get his food. and he'll eat it, and he'll talk about it, and he'll give it a ranking out of 5, right? It is, there's not a lot to it. It's something literally anybody could do. Like, yeah, he has...
But he just delivers his opinion on said food with so much personality.
Right, yeah, he has a lot of gusto to it. But, like, every video is the same thing. If you watch one, you get it, you know? And it's fucking fast food reviews. And they're, like, 3 minutes long. And so he makes a Patreon at one point. And part of the problem here is, I'm also giving this as advice to everybody. Your patron rewards, no matter what they are, the numbers that you mark are like really psychologically controlling to your audience. Yeah. Because if you set, like, if you have a $1 tier, like on mine, I made one that just said, for the longest time, all it said was $1, and it said, I will love you forever. And just by having that $1 tier, it makes people realize that they can give you $1, and so they will, you know? And so I have shit tons of $1 patrons because of that. Whereas Dame Drop started off, and his first tier was like $40, because he was giving out like a lot of stuff, but it was like a $40 tier and like a $100 tier.
Oh man, you know what I saw?
And as a result, he gained 0 patrons for a long time. A guy with over 100,000 subs had 0 patrons.
Yeah,
you know?
And you know what I've seen is that there's some people, some patron pages, where the first reward is like, I'll thank you, and also like, I'll give you a sticker, or I'll say hi on Twitter. Right. And it's $2 as the first reward. And I don't know if Patreon is still like this, but at least earlier, before the redesign, when you go over and click on the Become a Patron button, the number $1 is already in there. But if it starts out at 2 as the first reward, the default will be $2. You sneaky bastard!
Dude, me and Ben did that for our TBAP Patreon because there were 2 of us. Was our justification?
I mean, I didn't do it for any sneaky reason, but my first level is 5, just because. I don't know.
So my Patreon is, I think, pretty successful. I think it's the second most successful of ours after Digi's.
True.
Well, I don't think you make as much as Jesse makes, just because he patrons a lot more stuff.
Yeah, probably. But because I'm on a monthly basis, because I don't want to, I just want people to be like, I know how much money I'm paying each month. But so like I went to people I know who have successful Patreons at the very beginning. Before I even put it up, and I asked them for advice. So I like the extra credits guys, and I think I asked you, Digi, for at least input on my reward tier. And I actually got put through to somebody at Patreon who gave me additional advice. And you were talking about the psychological priming of your reward tiers.
Essential.
Yeah. So what you want to have is 5 reward tiers, like between $1 and $10, because that creates
you'll get
like
people at every level.
That creates like a breadcrumb trail effect, right? Where people will be like, oh well, I mean, I'm pledging $1, I pledged $2 more.
Exactly.
I get my name listed in a video at the end of the year.
And
I pledged $2 more than that. I get to I pledged $2 more than the monthly Q&A. Suddenly I get to join you for an anime night where we hang out.
And it's really fascinating to see like what people will pay for just because it's listed. Where like if you've got if you have a $15 tier and it's got like limit 10 or something, it could be fucking anything. Like just the fact that it's there means certain people who have the money will pay that amount. Like,
I think very, very few people really are interested in the rewards.
Right.
For most of the time. I mean,
it's more about suggesting to them that
to a Patreon, what they're really buying is like a place in the narrative of the person.
But it's just funny because it's not that they're going for the higher rewards, because like I think there's a lot of people, if your highest reward, like mine goes $1, $3, $5. So there's not a lot. There's not a lot of stuff. And most of the pledges I get are either $3 or $5. Like, since implementing those ones, I mostly get stuff on that level. There's probably a lot of people who, if I had a $10 reward, they would just raise it to $10 just because it exists, you know, and they think, oh, there's a reason to be 10, even if the $10 reward was nothing all that special in relation to how much it costs, you know. It's just that I don't
you only
want to offer anything.
You only need the big rewards when you get to like $80, $150, somewhere around there. Which I've got people who've bought into that from the beginning, and I'm really grateful for that because it's helpful. Although it is a lot of work to get that stuff actually made.
Yeah, and big level patrons are scary because if they leave, you lose a lot. You know,
that's true.
It's nicer to have a lot lot of like $1 guys who can come and go.
That's why it's smart to limit your big level Patreon patron tiers, because then like if they do leave for whatever reason, there's somebody else who wanted that for a while and will buy in there.
I only have two levels of pledge rewards, and neither one of them is really a reward. Like, all you get, like, $5, it's just, like, there's no real benefit except you see some, I post my stuff there first, which, like, so in the long run doesn't matter. But, like, I didn't design them as rewards. I just designed them as, like, pledge this if you want to support me, pledge this much if you really want to support me, and, like, that's it. And, you know, I think it's been pretty successful. Yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised it's gotten as high as it has.
You know, funnily enough, once again, we really haven't been talking about the concept of selling out so much as this is now a guide on how to sell out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give a piece of advice for the mindset.
So hang on,
Wait, just real quick.
Okay,
sell out mindset, all right? So there's this band called Clipping. They have 2 songs that you need in your life. The first one is a song called Outro from their first album, Mid-City. It's 10 minutes of a guy going, get money, get money, get money, get money, get money, get money, get money. And it's 2 audio tracks that slowly desynchronize and over the course of it, and then resynchronize at the end. So it's just this chaotic train of get money. It's like a hypnotic drum.
Oh yeah, totally.
Play that when you go to bed. When you go to bed at night, listen to the outro and just leave it on repeat, and you'll easily pass out. It just sounds like white noise. Then here's the better part, though. They also have a song called I believe it's Get Up, something like that. It's a song where it's the lead singer rapping over an alarm clock as the beat. The beat is just and then he starts.
Jesus.
So set this as your alarm, because the first lines in the song are "Game don't wait." Hold up, wait, eyes on the grind, motherfucker, can't be late. And so when you hear that, like, it wakes you up, and then the first thing you hear is, like, game don't wait, and you're like, oh, shit. And I always just jump out of bed, and I'm like, all right, it's time to fucking get money, get money, get money.
Yeah, man, I just, like,
use these 2 songs to program
Absolutely,
yourself.
I'm, like, working on a video, I'm getting tired, I'm getting weary, I'm getting delirious, my eyes start to go down, but then, deep from within me, I'm just like, get money, get money, get money. Yeah, I come back up, and I keep on going, get money.
So, I think the reason that this has become like a how-to sell out video is because all of us are in favor of the concept
we all agree.
Out, except
except
for maybe Jesse, but Jesse.
No, he is. He just has the hardest time coming around to doing it.
Yeah.
I don't think we're in favor of selling out. We're in favor of like
monetizing our work, our fucking brutalized work. We put thousands of hours into every goddamn
getting money
week.
For your work and trying to get money for your work is not the same thing as selling.
Listen to this. Let me break it down real quick, because there is if you want to spend your time, if you want to go to your 9 to 5 and survive on that, and then come home and be your pure artistic ivory tower guy who doesn't involve money, who doesn't corrupt your art with money, then that's fine. You can do that as much as you want. But if you want to be able to do that as your lifestyle, you have to monetize it. You have to be able to survive by doing it, and you need to come up with strategies to do so. And that is why I want to say, like, when a while back, before Matthew Matosis made his Patreon, he was expressing, and several people was expressing concerns, and I think Jeff was doing this too, about like, oh, if I make my Patreon, will people not like it? Will people think I'm a sellout? But there is, to me, there is no case whatsoever to be made for something like a Patreon, because it is purely a voluntary thing that people, based on love for you and wanting your content, and that's why I really like the model of Patreon, where you don't actually give them anything other than, like Ben said, a place in the narrative, and they're solely there
like
to support.
Sincere thank you and like the right to call themselves like a true fan or whatever.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And so but the core issue here is that there is nothing at all to be ashamed of monetizing your hard ass work, you know. And I want that meme to die. Big time.
My Patreon has a ton of perks, but all of them are nothing. They're just weird little words.
So
I've seen.
Well, you know, I actually made some of my rewards. I've changed them a couple of times. I don't even remember what they are, but I remember specifically trying to make big level tiers that make it to where I am going to do things that I want to do anyway, but can never justify the time for it otherwise. That's a good reward.
You know, I'm gonna
I'm
gonna talk about something that I think Jesse would be in full support of if he was here, which
Jesse,
is that,
if you're here, we're talking to things relevant to you. Okay, let's.
which is that like
Jesse's secretary, please get Jesse in.
Yeah.
here.
Well, Jesse has talked before about how like for instance, when the whole "Where's the fair use" thing came up, Jesse was like, none of this really affects me because if we lost the fair use battle and I can't use footage of my videos anymore, I just have to become inventive and figure out how to make it work, right?
Sure.
And like that mindset is kind of how I feel about like all this monetization stuff, is that to me it's not about compromising my art and now I have to sell out. It's how like now it's a challenge. How can I uniquely work this into my narrative? And so like with the like I have a Crunchyroll link where if you go to crunchyroll.com/digibro and sign up for an account, I get $5, right? So like I already had a series that was 5 must-see anime you can watch right now, where I talk about 5 shows that are available for free legal streaming. So like it was totally obvious to make that into now a Crunchyroll ad, basically, right? Because it's already what it was, is just here's 5 cool shows I want you to watch. Now I have also you can make me money by doing it. But that was like a little successful for making me Crunchyroll money. Made like, you know, $75 or so. But then I made way more because of the Asterisk War Sucks videos. Because I'm going on this epic tirade about how shitty this show is, and then I managed to work in
themselves.
Right. Well, no, it's even better because there's a part in part 2 of the Asterisk War Sucks. This is when I first had gotten the Crunchyroll thing. I do this thing where I say, you know, if you're watching this show on Crunchyroll, you can easily click over, and there's 5 other shows that have all the stuff this show has and are better, right? And I go through this whole thing, and you don't know that it's a setup for anything. Like I'm just talking about like, you know, even if I say like even if I was only allowed to watch anime on Crunchyroll and I couldn't click on anything else, my browser was locked there, I still have 6 other shows I can watch. By the way, you can watch those shows using this Crunchyroll link that gets you to my account. It was one of the like smartest things I've ever written, and people loved that. I made way more money for Crunchyroll subscriptions than I did for that, than by an entire video just advertising Crunchyroll. People thought it was so. I actually had people commenting like, I signed up for Crunchyroll just because of how clever that ad was.
Yeah, and you know, if you want to get like a master guide on how to always do a sponsor but always make it seem natural without seeming awkward, biggest problem in the universe. Go vote it up. Go listen to them.
Yeah,
they only have Harry's razors and Casper mattresses and sometimes Audible. That's all they ever do. It's been 100 episodes, those same 3 ads, those same 3 sponsors, but they always segue into it interestingly and funny. They always have like some funny thing to say about it. It always feels good.
Right.
I'm a fan of how the 2 Best Friends guys do that on the Super Best Friend cast. Like they don't do the ads live while they're podcasting. They have them sort of pre-recorded, but they always have them like funny, and they have them be conversations that they would have on the podcast that just happen to relate to Casper mattresses usually, or flour ordering. Or
you know what we should do is we should monetize this video and put 8 in-video ads every like 15 minutes.
Right.
That's a great idea.
No,
that reminds me of.
So I had an idea for how to sell out and get the Procrastinators podcast to be the most successful podcast on the internet without any effort whatsoever on our part when it comes to editing.
Ooh,
and that is take our overlay with our faces on it, right? And then just put that over extended footage of somebody playing Counter-Strike Go race maps.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Oh, what a great idea.
You know, me and Devu did a commentary on this recently where there was a Pokemon video I made, and it was 15 minutes long, and right in the middle of it, I did a "Who's that Pokemon?" and then I put an in-video ad there so that it would be a commercial break, and then after the in-video ad, it goes, "It's Onyx," or whatever. And so I was like, you know, on the one hand, it's a clever joke, but it also makes me more money, you know. So it's like
that's the best kind of joke of all.
That's the best way to do it, though. Like if you're looking at this sellout stuff, and you're like, I just have to force these ads into my videos, and it always looks like that you don't want to do it. That makes it doubly I don't want to see it. Like you know, like at the end of a Tommy Oliver video or something, if he's like talking about some service he's clearly never used and doesn't doesn't care about. And I'm just like, well, you obviously don't even buy into this. You know, like for me personally, and the biggest problem in the universe is like this as well. They only endorse products that they use, where they all got the Harry's razors and they all love them. Maddox has a Casper mattress, you know, and so, and I have both now as a result. I've actually bought both because I trusted Maddox's word on them, and you know, I know he's a guy who would want a high quality product.
Are Casper mattresses really that good?
They're pretty good. I would say it's better.
Where on earth can I get these magical mattresses?
Oh, if only I had
If only we actually had a promo code.
Right.
Yeah,
that would be excellent.
Getting paid for this shit.
I've been prepared. Like I was going to like make a video of me, like whenever I shave, I'm gonna do like a Harry's promo and just save it so that if I ever get a Harry's endorsement, I'll have a video of me shaving with the razors to use as a promo.
Get Vic to film
I've had that idea forever. Right.
Yeah.
The only problem is that I have to do it shirtless, and that's creepy. So, like, but anyways, like for me, the reason I waited until Crunchyroll is because I actually use Crunchyroll. So it's like when I talk about it, I know everything about it. I can tell you what shows are on there and what's worth watching and what are the pros and cons of using it. And you know, I don't like taking up endorsements with shit that I wouldn't use. And you'll see this in my fucking hilarious videos about like those random boxes where I had like two different random box companies send me them. And I did the videos on my After Dark channel, which I didn't tell them I was going to do, but like they offered me, I don't care. So they sent me a box and I sit on my After Dark channel and my conclusion is always, well, I would never pay for this, but since I got it for free, it's kind of cool. Like if you actually think this is worth your money, here's a link. You know, because like I'm not gonna lie about it, and I think people really like that, and they might even be more likely to buy it if it is something that they think is interesting, just because you know I'm not being like so like when fucking George Weidman did that Loot Crate ad, like there was a little bit in there where you could tell that he was kind of like, whatever, you know, like he pulls out this shirt and he's like,
there was more than a little.
He was like, this Labyrinth t-shirt because David Bowie's cool, right? Like, you know, whatever.
God, that's the worst. Shut up, George. Shut the fuck up.
But I thought that was funny. It was humoring to show like he didn't pretend that he loved it. You know, he didn't pretend like, oh, it's so worth it. I got all this great stuff. Which like whenever those companies like ask you to do something for you, they send you other people, like other YouTubers' videos who have done it, and they're always so full of shit. It's always a guy who's like, oh wow, I got my Loot Crate box, it's gonna be so cool.
I think this is
I got an offer for this recently. Dude, shut up, I want to say a relevant thing first.
The Dakimakura
I got an offer
thing,
from this Dakimakura company.
They sent you the video where the chick has these giant
tits. They sent me
tits.
one of the massive massive tits chick, and she's great. She really sold the shit out of that product, but I could never.
I honestly think that all the views.
I would die if I tried.
That video, it's like this woman with giant tits, and she's just
They're
like
so big.
It's just
great.
A straight up like 6-minute advertisement for this Dakimakura company, but like it's only got like 5,000
like
views
anyway.
So I feel like all the views on it are from other people that they sent the video to. Like,
but you know that really works for her because she's like a vlogger anyway. That I don't think people really care about anything other than her massive tits.
I
so
also
it works for that.
Have taken that endorsement from the Dakimakura company. They are sending me a pillow and a mouse pad and
what? They said they wouldn't send me a fucking pillow. God damn it!
No, not the inner pillow. They're sending me the case. Like
I wanted the fucking case.
Give those guys.
I offered to use one in a fucking video, and they were like, "Well, maybe."
Tell those guys about me, Digi. I want a Dakimakura. I'll say shit.
It was the thing is though, and here's how I'm gonna do it though, because I'm like 100% certain that site is not legit at all. Like it's none of those are official Dakimakura. They're all for shows that don't have them. They're super racy.
Who
They're all
cares?
way cheap. So like in my video, I'm gonna be like, so is this legal product? Probably not. Do you want to pay $50 for a hot lolly on your bed? It's really up to you, man.
So here's my question for you, Digi. Did you ever actually accept that polygamy website promotion.
Oh shit!
And do a video
but I
about
should
how to
have.
have your own harem.
Yeah,
I actually just forgot about that, but yeah, that would have been a great idea.
I have had that on my mind forever because I wanted to
work
see
that into a
fucking
review
video.
of like High School DxD or like something. I don't
See,
know.
the problem
whatever.
is I get so many offers from stuff all the time that I ignore that like I just really don't, because most of it's shit I would never want to advertise. Like there's this one dude who keeps fucking emailing me about like it's like some browser based game site where it's like one of those where you buy coins.
no.
It's like it's free to play games, but you buy like currency, and they're like anime themed, and they've all got like really nice looking like cute girl anime art, but they're all like these really shitty weird tactics games that you have to pay all this money for.
The other day, that just reminds me, just yesterday I was at work like finishing up some shit, and like I get a pop-up that's just like literally Honey Pop, only like reskinned, and like with like you have to like buy, like it's like a Facebook game, so it's like you get energy and you use it up and you have to buy more to keep playing.
Yeah, one of
like
those.
and it was just in a fucking pop-up. The entirety of Honey Pop was there. Only someone had fucking stolen it
I
and
think
turned it
this
into
is
a
why
cash machine.
there aren't
It
that
was
many
insane.
big sponsored people out there. It's just Audible and a few others. Is because most YouTubers who are worth a damn have too much integrity, like compared to anything else we've had before.
Well, it's
Like,
also
because like
it's
on the
that
internet, you
integrity.
can't,
It's also really funny.
you can't have like any like you're so much more that's one of the great things about YouTube is that everybody is so much more accountable than they were back in the days of TV. If you were a big shield, you're gonna get a bunch
that's
of
true.
comments
Here's the thing,
complaining about it, and I think that might be why there's so few
You're-
sponsors.
You're kind of right and kind of
Maybe.
wrong
Awesome.
because a lot of these guys who approach me, they do get a lot of people, but they're all small YouTubers. And the reason is that
Yeah,
they usually
yeah.
don't really offer you that much. Like all those, the reason I made those box videos on After Dark is because they didn't actually pay me. They just sent me free boxes. The box is worth $20, you know, like
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
a full video on my main channel, that's worth like, you know, now what, $800 almost? Like, for Patreon. So like with the Campani Girls, which is that browser game, they were like, if you advertise us, we'll give you like $350. And I'm like, that's not worth, like I make more than that.
Yeah.
Like if the amount
Yeah.
of time I would spend on your video, I could spend making my own video that would make
So
more
are you
money.
saying that all these
for,
people trying
like,
to
the same
sponsor
effort.
things are very strapped for cash financially?
They're all
Imagine
very
that.
shady and strapped for cash. And like even the Dakimakura guys, like they offered to send me a pillow and a mouse pad, and that was like I actually haggled with them because like initially
Yeah.
they were like, we want to send you a pillowcase and we'll send you the inner or they said we want to send you a pillowcase and you'll make a video about it, and they had like all these bullet points they wanted me to address, and I said, how about I just work it into a regular video, because I already had this plan in mind that I'm gonna get a pillowcase for a show that I plan to talk about in the near future. So
Yeah.
I'll just bring it up in that video like I did with the Crunchyroll thing. It'll be hilarious, and that'll sell way more. And they were like, well, if we throw in the inner pillow, will you make a video? And I was like, no, I've got an inner pillow. It'll be fine, right? And then they were
Yeah.
like, well, how about we throw in a mouse pad? Then we'll, like they just said, how about we throw in a mouse pad? And I said,
Wow.
okay,
Why
I'll
do
take the
they
mouse
want
pad.
worse marketing? Why do
They
they
said-
want worse marketing?
they said-
They don't want to.
Why the heck are
said, how
they
about we
so
throw it in-
open about
you
the
know.
fact that they're broke? Like, you're not supposed to do that.
Well, no. Then they said, how about we throw in the
business,
mouse
dude.
pad? And they just want me to make like a full advertisement so they can show it around, you know? So like, so
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah.
what if we throw in a mouse pad? And I said, I'll tell you what. If you throw in the mouse pad, I'll make a video on my After Dark channel, which has 30,000 subscribers. And so they agreed to that. So I'm going to do like a regular ad
Alright.
video for them on After Dark, and then I can just promote it my own way. Now, they are giving me a discount code. I actually don't know if they plan to pay me based on that code, like if I'm going to make any money from them having this discount code.
Yeah. Well,
But-
what else would the point be of it?
well,
then?
well, they said that they were gonna like track the metrics, and they would keep like basically they'll keep sending you more shit if you're successful. Like if you drive more traffic.
fair
that way.
enough.
Which for me is like, all right, I'd rather have money, but I will never spend money on these anime pillowcases, but I would love to have them. So like,
Yeah.
this is it's a fun way for me to get a bunch of cool pillowcases, you know, like that
Yeah, I
that
feel
I
the
wouldn't
same,
pay
yeah.
for because they're not even legal. Fucking, you know, like they're not making any money for the people who made the shows. So like. So it'll be fun for me. It's something I want, so I'm willing to accept it. But like, yeah, most of these advertisers, they make it out like they're gonna give you something special, but they're really like, for someone at my level, it's not even worth it. Whereas with like Crunchyroll and Audible, they give you like a lot of money for those like Crunchyroll gives me $5 for everyone who signs up. You don't even have to make a paid account. You just have to sign up at all using my link.
I really need to get on the people I know at Crunchyroll to get me a fucking Crunchyroll code.
No, and the problem is that everyone's doing it, though. H3 has it, JonTron has it, same with Audible. But the reason people keep still using Audible is that I'm pretty sure they pay even more. Because it costs like they give you a free month, but as I found out the hard way, it doesn't it's one of those that auto refreshes at the end of the month.
Right.
So if you don't unsubscribe from it, like I didn't, you end up paying $15 a month for 8 months, and then you have to make a large splurging day on audiobooks, which you had already realized a long time ago were not your thing. So now I have 8 audiobooks I haven't listened to, and like $100 that I accidentally spent on Audible. But those things are really successful, and that's like, I realized how much they must make when it was, because I watch Bro Science, and he's always had an Audible thing.
Yeah.
And at the end, there was one video where he said, use my Audible link, it makes us a frankly unfair amount of money. And I was like, if he's describing it as unfair, numbers, he's gotta be making like $1,000 a month or something off of it. He's like a 1 million subscriber channel, I want to say. So yeah, it's gotta be a lot of money.
That's dope as fuck. Well, I don't know. We exhausted our shit.
I have been.
Feels like.
Do you have anything to say about selling out
this conversation for quite a while now?
It's great. Everyone should do it. I don't know.
You
know what? I do have one more point I want to make about it, and it's just that, and it's pretty much just a summation of what we've been saying up to this point. It's just you shouldn't view people like tailoring their content to attract larger audiences as like inherently a selling out sort of thing, because there's always going to be an artistic process involved when you're making something, and there is a line that you can cross, which JonTron crossed long ago. But if you don't cross that line, then you're all good. It's all gravy, baby.
My opinion on like tailoring your content to what will get seen. As far as I'm concerned, my videos don't actually exist until somebody watches them.
Sure. Yeah.
Like that is when they actually start to matter. So to me, the idea of making stuff in a way that will try to get people to see it is inherently part of the process of actually making the video. Because like if I just make a video and I put it out and like 100 people see it, like it's cool and that's good, and I applaud people who do that. But to me, part of the reason that I do it in the first place is because I'm one of those crazy people who actually likes to hear what people have to say about what I've had to say. So I read comments, which is not smart.
A terrible idea.
I accept compliments, but I don't give a shit what people actually think about it.
Yeah, well, I to an extent. I mean,
I'm already right all the time, so what do these people have to offer to the conversation?
I was just checking through my YouTube messages to see examples of spam I've gotten from companies. And somebody
that's all the messaging system is used for, really. Like
somebody sent
like the occasionally some fan who's telling you that you're the greatest thing in their entire life, and then like nothing but like MCM spam.
MCM spam, like I've got a lot of that. I found a thing where somebody made a video reply to my Sword Art Online video.
Oh, cool.
Which I will take a look at. But yeah, like I do like seeing people who have different opinions to me, and I like getting more comments, and that's a big part of why I went to YouTube from text blogging, because I get no fucking comments on any of the game reviews that I wrote, because nobody reads anymore. Reading's for fags, right?
Yeah, nobody reads. Yep.
That's essentially the trajectory I had. I think I feel like I started talking about this earlier and I got sidetracked somehow, but like you know, and I made this video called Invitational Art. It's a vlog on my Digibro After Dark channel that talks a lot about this, how there's sort of like boogie art and pop art, where pop art is something that's trying to appeal to everybody, and boogie art is just trying to appeal to yourself, just stuff you made just basically for you, without too much concern. And boogie pop is what like bridges the medium. That's what the idea, that's what the concept was of the boogie pop novels, was that it was the author trying to, after years of not getting published because everything he wrote was too weird, he tried to make something that was weird but had just enough pop appeal to succeed, and it did. And like that for me has always been like a great thing, because to put it simply, if you think that selling out's a problem, don't post your fucking shit anywhere. Because there's no reason to. If you just want to make stuff that's just for you, that's fine. You could probably make a fucking masterpiece that no one will ever understand. But the second you put it out there, you're saying that you care what other people think. You care that other people see it. And if you want other people to care about it, then you have to, on some level, make a compromise and invite them in, you know? So like it's a give and take. Now you don't have to compromise all the way. You can be like Jesse, who makes videos that are primarily for himself and mostly for himself, but he likes it when people do get it, and you know, and he is actually able to make a living off of the few people who get it because they get it so hard that they really want to support it. Whereas like for me, a big part of the appeal of making videos is like, how big can I get? How much can I kowtow to what the masses want without making something I wouldn't want to make, you know?
I'm sorry, how did you pronounce kowtow just now?
Kowtow.
You know what I mean.
Jesus Christ,
but,
okay.
But like there's channels out there.
Let's seg you into a
There's
discussion.
channels out there
how
like
Digibro barely speaks fucking English.
I've said it
You're
before. What makes
Canadian.
you think
You're
I want
one
to
to
speak
talk.
English? Yeah, fuck you, about, you fucker.
A boot? We gotta get a boot.
Anyways,
That's Scottish.
No, that was Canada.
Jesus Christ.
I say about. That's not
A
weird.
boot?
If
All I hear
anything,
is a
it
boot.
sounds more like a boat. A boat is the fuck.
Go back to the
Get your
grad.
stereotypes right.
I don't remember what I was
did
saying
you
anymore.
wrong.
Yeah, I could never do like, you know, Mystic Chronexia level of like, and don't get me wrong, I don't think that guy is like just doing it for hits. I think he legitimately likes making that kind of video, and that's just the kind of guy he is, and it just happens that he has pop appeal.
Maybe. I don't know.
You couldn't make as much of that as he makes if you didn't
Right.
enjoy doing it.
I will say though that Glass Reflections, like, I just heard this hearsay secondhand.
Yeah.
But like I was saying how I once criticized him as his videos are like if you took every like mal review and Reddit comment and just like constructed them into a video of like whatever the most common opinions that people has are, you'd get his videos, right? Like he somehow manages to reflect the like the lowest common denominator opinion of a show, and
Sure does.
I was
Now,
told
Digi, wait a second. Are
that
you
he's
saying
doing
that his
that
opinion is wrong? Are you having a double standard here? Are you saying his opinion is wrong? Are you saying he's wrong?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He's saying his opinion's not his opinion.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm saying that I've been told that he's doing that on purpose. That he deliberately tries to have the most what he thinks people want to hear review. I don't know how true that is, but that's also how it feels. And whether he's doing it on purpose or not, that is what the result is. It's always the most like, this is what you would expect everyone to say, and that's why he's so agreeable and why he's like the biggest guy, because he writes the most agreeable videos. And I could never do that. I could never try to like meter out what I think people want to hear. And it's not a good idea to anyways, because appealing to one extreme or the other is even more of a way to get attention. Like if I make that video about a race, like if I had just made a video that was like, here's what everyone thinks about a race, that would get a lot of attention if I was a big channel like Glass Reflections. But having an extreme opinion means that while one sector is really pissed off, the other sector thinks it's the best possible video about a race, and they worship it, you know. So like same with Sword Art Online. That's why those videos are so popular, because the sect who hates it loves those videos.
They really hate it.
You know? Right.
Like, I mean, I've gotten the same benefit from Sword Art Online. I'm trying to see if I can get the same benefit out of hating Uncharted. So far,
we'll see.
Going okay.
I think too many people love Uncharted.
Well, yeah, but there's people who don't. A lot of people really loved BioShock Infinite, and a lot of people continue to really love BioShock Infinite. But for some people, the Matthew Matosis video is the most cathartic thing in the world, right? And like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, this is my fastest hit-getting video game video of all time, and I'm not sure how much of that is down to me having gained 40,000 subscribers since I last made
probably a little bit
a video about well, actually no, I made my Hitman video I think after I started my big climb in subs. Oh no, I made it right before.
Yeah. Now I had gotten the hold on. There is one thing I definitely got to say about, because we've talked talked about personal satisfaction with your work, monetary success with your work, but then there's also fame and acclaim. We haven't really talked about that yet. And one thing you guys got to know is, because I think a lot of people, like, there's a lot of great YouTube content creators who have over 1 million subs. But I don't think there's any, I don't know of any great YouTubers who have 10 million subs, right? I think that tier is really, okay, well, at least there's very few.
Who Gib?
Oh, you know what? I agree. Yeah, he's the one exception. He's the one guy.
There's only like 10 channels with more than 10
I know,
million.
but still, the thing is, well, here's the thing, though, right?
Are you saying that Taylor Swift Vivo is not
because here's the,
and the player's gonna play.
Because in regards to the subject,
I heard that in the store today.
Regards to the subject,
that song fucking rules. Everyone who doesn't agree that Shake It Off is the greatest artistic masterpiece of all time is a fucking idiot.
Guys,
if you want acclaim, if that's like really something that is, that's another thing that you're going to use to evaluate your decisions, just keep in mind.
I just love party
music. Those 10 million sub people,
y'all.
the ultimate biggest big people.
My ex-man called his new girlfriend. He's like, oh my god, devil, shut the fuck up. Can we wrap this thing up, please?
Aren't going to be as famous in the future. The people who are going to be respected and remembered for decades into the future are people like CGP Grey.
Us.
Or people like us. Or people who are not quite at that highest level. They're going to be the people who are seen as like the Star Wars of this era. So if that's what you're going for, remember, you don't got to be the most famous now.
Star Wars was the most famous when it came out.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
true.
Like,
it's not an exact one-to-one parallel, but it's going to be.
Why didn't you pick like Blade Runner or something, like, or The Thing?
You could have said Van Gogh or something. Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
All right, that's it. Wrap it up.
All right, now, as Jeff would say, thank you for watching this podcast about selling out. It was a good podcast.
Why does your Canada spoof sound like the fucking anime snob?
Give him a Montreal voice or something. Like,
I thought I was going for Quebec. I don't fucking. All right, everyone, thanks for watching.
Cool.
Everybody say goodness.
Bye, everybody.
Get money.
Sayonara, minasan.
Get money. Get money.
Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money. Get money money,
Get
get money,
money,
get
get
money,
money, get money, get money, get money.